That's grandfatherism. I mean, that's what you use, right? Okay. I feel that's the problem that Nigeria is having right now. The godfathership thing. Because many, just aside from fashion now, because everything relates. Politics is like, if you don't have a godfather, you can move. But I don't think fashion is like that. If you don't have a godfather, you can still move a little bit, yes? Okay, let me come back. Okay, so from what I asked earlier, what do you think the challenges are looking to be at the peak? How will you address it?
I think first of all, as an individual who is a business person, because beyond all the needs and all the distraction, still a business person. Who you are known. So work on yourself, be the best that you can be constantly. Try to knock whatever you've achieved out the next time. And if you don't go for them, you will come for you. So it's challenging, sure, because you have to work hard, you have to keep on evolving, keep on thinking of new designs, because so many young people are coming up and you don't want to be like the one that didn't improve. So it's very challenging because you have to always be abreast of the trends, you have to research a lot, and you hardly sleep. I hardly sleep honestly because my brain is always tick-tock. So, but you keep your eyes fixated on where you're going, which is your own definition of success. Once you can reach that, I think everything will be worth it.
Fantastic. Please, a round of applause. Yes, I can see some people already writing some stuff. That's amazing, really. I'm a Clara Gabriella. I love writing. I love poetry. I'm a content writer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love dresses. I love shirts. I love being classy. I love clothes. Generally, I like looking very on point. Right? Yeah. Um, I like naturalista. Not the hair or the face, but the aura, the ambience of being natural, of just being yourself, of being free. Because I noticed that in the industry, basically every industry, but it's prominent in the fashion industry. We have people that are like, you can't even go near them. It's I don't know if I should say it's so sad because I think that's one of the reasons why we don't have mentorship because you can't really approach them. You understand? And I feel that some of those things come from the fact that you're trying to have a backbone because there are many things that happen that could make you feel like you're about to die tomorrow. Like there's something that is going on now or like being said about entrepreneurs that they're the ones that work 24/7 to avoid working 9 to 5. Yes, I think we should know that as well, entrepreneurs. So but I like being natural. I don't like putting hairs. I don't fancy that. I don't really fancy people that are like that. But you encounter it, and how do you make sure it doesn't affect you? Everybody wants to go to bed smiling every night. Everybody wants to actually sleep. Some people are they didn't sleep all night yet because they were working. You understand? Everybody wants to be on vacation 2/7. But that's not how it works. That's not how life is. And one thing I have come to realize in my growth is that you are only as good as you aim to be, and you're only as good as the people you meet. You understand? You only get better from the people you meet. You may meet bad people on the way, it doesn't make you. I mean bad, maybe not the character. It may be that they have negative influence to your career or your life or whatever it is that you're going on the path to. But let's not be melancholic here. But you understand, that's basically it. And I'm seeing you guys, I love your shoes. I'm seeing the lady in front of me, her shoes is amazing. It's nice. Okay, so before we move on to the next section, I'm going to ask one more question and then our guests will come in and then catch up. What's your definition of style? What's your style? I'm going to ask every person. Yes, how would you describe your style? I like clean cuts, I like classy. I'm not really into vintage. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so what's your definition of style? What do you like wearing? Do you like wearing dresses? Do you like wearing pants? Do you like wearing what?
My style.
Is it retro? Is it trendy? Is it pop culture?
Something like that. I like unique style.
You like unique? Okay. Alright. Next person. Next person. Did you make what you have?
Okay. My style. I put on anything according to my mood. It depends on how I feel at that moment. That's where it is. But it's always something classic, and it doesn't have to be general. Of course, most times it's always general. Like you have to put this on, So
Just something you're comfortable with.
Exactly.
You could actually be very rugged with people. You're like, I'm down for it. Yeah? No. Because something. Okay, let's just move on. Alright, your style, definition of style. I like it.
I like something different. I like
Everybody are doing different.
like I feel like really short gowns. But I like mixing and matching. Like when someone sees me, I'm like, in the name of heaven, is this where I just like to make a statement.
Okay, fantastic. Alright. Next person.
Classic. Something like this, even though I don't get to wear them in real life so much because I'm always sweaty and everything at work. But in my fantasy, it's always look like this. So, but most times I end up looking very comfortable. Certainly when I have an event that I need to go to. But I love classic. I would prefer to be classic than trendy.
Alright. Next person. Hello. I'm not here. Your name?
My name is.
Everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Ayodeji,
Okay.
popularly known as Ewa. I'm a beautician, makeup artist, and hairstyling. That's my major too. So sometimes I'm also a massive, but
Okay.
I don't really do that in Ibadan. I'm also a business strategist. So to answer your question, I think you're interesting. I'm going to let me call it sick. I love it.
Thank you. I'm blushing.
Thank you.
Alright. No, your style, definition of your style.
Well, like they say, definition of like fashion to me is just whatever thing I'm comfortable in.
Why are guys like that? What guys are just saying?
No. I'm a very choosy person.
Okay.
Well, I can't be caught dead in anything too big. So, but anything I'm comfortable in.
Fantastic.
Well, I don't do red too. So.
Alright, fantastic. Okay, so next person. Hello.
My definition of style would be comfort and confidence. When you are trying to be stylish, some of us basically overdo ourselves, like wear things that are not exactly comfortable, like but just to be stylish. But I rather choose comfort, like either being trendy, being classy, being retro, pop culture, whatever it is. Just what makes me like very comfortable and like an all-round person.
Okay, fantastic.
As to style, I would say classy. And for me, I personally go with things that are very comfortable for me. I could wear something, go outside, and I think it's what she said about confidence, you being able to pull off things. I believe in being able to pull off things. Whatever I wear, I can pull it off. So if I'm going for specifics, I would say, classy, vintage, even though you don't know vintage, vintage, pop culture, hippie style.
Trendy.
Yes, trendy.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay, that's
So time, we're going to come back to that, but because of time, I'm going to be calling Jasmine to let us know more about our guest today. So a round of applause for her. She comes. Thank you. She looks so beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to give a brief presentation about our guests. Those of you that came from Rhoda. How many of you came from Rhoda? Oh, wow. Okay, so let your ears be on my face. Or what I'm saying. Alright, Rhoda Ebun is one of Nigeria's top fashion stylists, fashion consultant, and fashion content creator. She is often referred to as the TV stylist. Rhoda studied English language and literature at the University of Lagos, where she gained a bachelor's degree. Later, she went on to London College of Fashion. In 2008, few years after graduating from the university, Rhoda began working in Etisalat, Nigeria. However, in 2013, she decided to start up her own company, and that led to the creation of Roses and Thorns fashion company. Over the years, Rhoda has styled many top celebrities like and TV personalities from Wimbai Mutihiri to Bolanle Olukani, Dakore Eguson, Iniola Dolakowuni, amongst others. She has been part of the production team of various fashion TV projects, styling on MTV Base, and producing a show on Spice TV. She has also worked with various brands such as Vanguard Alera, Spark in Nigeria, Ebun Live TV, amongst others. She was one of the panelists at the recent social media week for the Stylist Curators Fashion Session, alongside Derele Edu, Rita Dominic, Jane Michael Ekanem, Marianne Alabi, and Angel Obasi. Bringing back Ashoke in a trendy way, her style can be described as chic, classy, and comfortable. Ladies and gentlemen, with all I have said, will you please do me, or rather do her, the honor of, clapping for her. She comes in, please. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you, Rhoda Ebun. A round of applause for Rhoda Ebun. Thank you very much. Alright, moving on quickly. Moving on quickly to the next guest, Denola Gray. Denola Adepetu, popularly known as Denola Gray, is a style blogger, fashion consultant, TV personality, and actor. He attended Green Spring School, Lagos for his primary and secondary school education, and then spent a year at Oxford Tutorial College before going to Baylor University, Texas. In recent years, he has become one of the top Nigerian style influencers beginning in 2014 with a style website and going on to become a fashion content contributor on top style magazines and websites such as Bella Niger, Gen B, The Guardian, amongst others. After obtaining a degree in media business from Baylor University, Texas, Denola interned at PR Consulting, New York, assisting in the creation of a fashion show in New York Fashion Week. 5 months later, he interned at Walter Baker, New York, working as a model scout and a part of its social media team. In 2014, Denola kicked off his fashion career in Lagos as a fashion consultant in Alara, where he worked for a few months before going freelance. Later that year, He joined Ebony Live TV, co-producing EL now. He also co-produced various fashion programs, one of which is Glam Squad on Africa Magic. He also hosted Fashion Police Live for the Africa Magic Various Choice Awards. Denola was listed on Vogue Italia as one of Nigeria's best dressed male. Today, Denola Gray works with Orange Culture and is one of the brand ambassadors for Lagos Fashion and Design Week. In 2017, Denola appeared into TV, featuring as one of the characters in TV series Castle and Castle, acting alongside Richard Moffett Damijo, Dakore, amongst others. With bow ties and dress shoes and the occasional denim, Denola style can be described as clean cut, suave, and preppy. We can see why he's become one of the major style influencers for men fashion in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, please a round of applause for Denola Gray. A round of applause for Denola Gray, please.
We are born, and then we're gone. Nobody leaves forever. It's alright.
Okay, round of applause again, please. Yeah, awesome. It looks so nice. Oh, crush it. Alright, so kicking off. I'm gonna start with you, ladies first.
What I was going to do. Now, one thing you don't know is that I'm not just a fashion. I don't like to use the word fashion stylist because I do more than fashion style. I'm a fashion consultant because I not just style. I manage and grow fashion brands, fashion designers. Yeah. So I knew I was going to go into fashion, but I didn't particularly have a direction on what I was going to do. I just got advice from a friend, like, oh, you could totally be fashion stylist because she saw that I had some, yeah, exactly. And yeah, and I took that into consideration. At the time, I worked 9 to 5. I worked in the corporate world. I worked in corporate for like 5 years. But when I had a clear idea that okay, I would probably be making a switch into fashion industry, and this is what I was going to do, I equipped myself by learning. So I went to fashion school here in Nigeria. I went to learn pattern making and tailoring because I just felt like if you're going to be a successful fashion consultant, consulting for designers or working with personal clients, you just want to know about pattern making and making clothes. You get just so that if you're telling the designer, oh no, your patterns are not right or whatever, because you know what you're saying. And then at the same time, once I was done, I went to LCF, that's London College of Fashion, to do a course in personal styling. Now, all the time I was doing this, I still had a full-time job. So I was taking my leave days and using it to intern, to learn, to go to school, and all that. So whenever I had like a fashion project, I would apply for leave and I'll do what I felt was necessary to be done. So um, aside that, I know internship opportunities in Fashion Week, and I know you guys are based in Ibadan, so you might feel like, oh, but then again, there's nothing going on in Ibadan. But if you're deliberate about some things that you want to achieve, even though there's some things going on, um, you can come to Lagos, maybe just hook up with friends, stay somewhere, just that. And my point is, I was very deliberate. Even I didn't allow the fact that I was working 9 to 5. Yeah, deter me from learning and attaching to people that I wanted to learn from, and or deter me from following a path that I know I was going to be on eventually. So I always left my leave days to always intern with a designer or go and work with a stylist or even travel for internship, because at some point I got internship opportunity in River Island and I went there for like about a month, and because I wanted to learn fashion PR, and I was saw that under study there. So I'm like, okay, fine. So I applied for leave again, and I was off to go and attach myself and learn about fashion PR. So yes, I'm like a summation of all my experiences and all my learnings and all the internships that I have done. And even at after learning all this, there are opportunities that came to me while I was still doing full-time job that I couldn't still do because I had a full-time job. So eventually I just like, you know what, if I'm going to make this work, it's sink or swim. It's that I quit my job and focus on this so that if I know that I'm going to be successful, I know that, or if I know I'm not going to be successful, at least I'm trying. But I had to figure it out anyway. What I did eventually, and I went into styling full time. Came from school and becoming stylist. There's stylists every day. Do you understand? You wake up in the morning, there's a new stylist, there's younger stylists. I wasn't young when I became a full time stylist, but there's people that started from like 18, 19, 20. I'm getting like teenage interns. Do you understand? Who probably want to, because they now know that, oh, this is a whole new world, this is a whole new industry, this is a whole new job career, this is a whole new work opportunity. So, they know from being in university or being in secondary school that, oh, I want a career in fashion styling. So people are now applying for jobs in like fashion. Tons more people are applying for jobs in fashion school who know that I don't want to use my time studying engineering and I want to be in fashion. Or particularly I want to be a fashion stylist. So the industry is growing, but the only thing is that, like I tell a couple of other young stylists who send me messages or email me, and I think mostly because of demographic, because Lagos, Nigeria is still, you know, fashion is only big in big cities all over the world. Fashion is bigger in big cities, and so in Nigeria, fashion is big in Lagos and maybe growing in Abuja. So people who find themselves outside demographics, outside Lagos, always have challenges on, okay, but I want to be a star, but I don't know what to do because there are no celebrities where I am, and I'm like, but you don't need to be a celebrity, yeah, to be a stylist. Do you understand? You know that you can build a portfolio by getting a photographer or your friends and just create like a mood board, put together looks, do like a couple of shoots. You can send this mood board to like creative agencies, people who do commercials. Do you understand? Like, oh, I'm a stylist, I like to style whatever commercial you're doing. Do you understand? It might not be high paying because, maybe people are still opening up their minds or warming up to the idea of stylism. But you can even, because I had like someone that I've never met her before, I've met people that I've never met before. So I had like someone who I was mentoring, but I think she was based in Port Harcourt or Delta, and there was like a new channel they were launching, and she was like, she wanted to approach them on, because she had seen that I style like a lot of channels, and she wanted to know how she would, style. So I'm like, this is what you need to do, this is what you can do, this is what you can do. And then she did that, and then she approached this channel, and I'm like, okay, fine, they're probably not going to offer her so much, but they were open to the idea of a stylist styling, like, you know what I mean? I'm like, and then again, in whatever state you are, there's probably movie directors, there's probably people who shoot TV stuff, just that you can approach and be like a wardrobe stylist. Then you can also, because of social media, you can build such a portfolio whereby some people who need personal styling, checking my point, can approach you and pay for your services. It might not be high paying because, like I I do a lot of production, and the thing is, I I served in a TV station, and all while I was in university, I liked media. So I think for me, everything just kind of falls into place because I always liked media. I like TV. I like being behind the camera, sort of, and then I liked fashion. So TV production styling almost came naturally to me because I've always like been involved in media stuff. And then also because I like stories, so when there's like a brief for how a certain presenter is supposed to look, or rather when there's a brief for a particular show, it just comes easier to me to translate what the brief is into. So it just like comes with the, you know what I mean, flow. But personally, if I had a choice, I would just do TV and I'll just do fashion, which is designers, and I'll do personal styling. That's
Okay, I'm curious actually.
yeah.
Why aren't you so into celebrities?
Yeah, and I'll be honest. Because in this part of the world, things grow or is growing slowly. Celebrity styling in Nigeria is not standard celebrity styling as you will see as it is outside the country. And then again, and not because you can blame the celebrities, because the whole industry, everything, see there's a flow, everything works, do you understand? So the people that we call celebrities who are actually celebrities are not on the same earning power or have the same star power as the people internationally. You know what I mean? So it kind of personally for me, it kind of doesn't make it enjoyable to style celebrities because there's a lot of hassle, back and forth, what you expect them to pay, what you expect them to pay might not be what they pay because they forget Instagram and forget social media and forget hype. In real life, earning power is not their earning power is not what you perceive. So their earning power is not what you perceive. So because their earning power is not what you perceive, they cannot pay the value, especially if you have like a wide experience. They cannot pay you the value of your experience. Do you understand? So for me, because time is money, value is money, you know what I mean? I don't like to invest my time and energy in things that just drowning my efforts. You know what I mean? Because styling is such a hectic job everywhere, all over the world. Styling is such a hectic job in terms of putting together a mood board. You have to have like a large repertoire of contacts for designers, fashion brands, boutiques, for different briefs, different clients, different sizing. You know what I mean? And then don't forget, there's always a Nigerian mentality to everything. So dealing with Nigerians, I've worked with them before. So dealing with different people's egos, you understand? And it's not and on the designer end, it's not everybody that gets why they should give you their clothes for style. So even for those of you who are outside Lagos and think that people in Lagos are finding it easy being a stylist, not really. Do you know what? So so there's so much. So with coming back to celebrity styling, because their earning power is not as big, there are only just a few people that I work with that understand, okay, the job and can pay your value. A lot cannot pay your value. So because a lot cannot pay your value, so for me, so it's just a personal business decision, to be honest. So because a lot cannot pay your value, I don't invest like 100% on celebrity styling. Do you understand? Yeah. And then also because celebrities internationally know the power of perception and the power of presence, so they invest in their looks. So they work out, they're on a diet, they're trying to look good, and it reflects on their skin, their body. So it makes it easy for you as a stylist to you get my point, and they try to keep a good personality so that designers. It's not the same thing here, and this is not a shade to celebrities though. I'm just saying it's just a people that invest in like trying to look good. So you can understand. So they're dealing with people from a different mentality who don't make so much effort as to how they look. You know what I mean, and how they take care of themselves and just want to be stylist, surgeon, psychiatrist, yeah, and everything for them. And I'm like, no, I'm a stylist, I'm not your psychiatrist. So if
you are bloated today, I'm not going to like exactly. No, I'm not. I mean, I will try to help you make you look good, but then again, the onus is on you to make sure that you, as a public figure, yeah, works hard to. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of, it's just personal. Some people don't mind, but for me, I feel like for the business side of it, which a lot of people don't take into consideration, for every creative work that you do, there's always a business side of it, and you must focus on the business because you can't be in any creative job and not think, okay, fine, I've invested time trying to build my portfolio and build whatever. Now it's time to invest in building a business and earning money out of it in the long run. So in the long run, celebrity styling is not the most thing kind of
Okay. Okay. From some of the things you said.
yeah, it's more PR. Do you understand? Like you said, it's actually more PR in the sense that because they have a following, so the mentions can give people way money. So because of that, I'm more strategic to who I work with. Do you understand? So I don't work with every celebrity that drops on my desk. Or I don't work with every celebrity that sends me an email. Not me, yeah. So I just work with people that I know that okay, fine. This person's brand kind of aligns to kind of what my brand is like, or because every stylist has their own style. You know what I mean? So there's no rule book for how stylish you look or work or whatever. Every stylist has their own style, and you see that even internationally, your style kind of reflects on how you handle your clients. So if you see like a Monica Rose, for example, if you see her and see her work and see her client, you understand that oh fine, there's a exactly, exactly. So exactly. So you see like a Zoe, for example, who has like a New York vibe. You see that it kind of translates to her clients as well. So every stylist has their own style of styling, and I have my own style. And so you will not find me styling somebody who has a raunchy personality. Not that being raunchy is wrong, but it's not. Yeah, it doesn't vibe with my own how I deliver or how I work cohesively. Do you understand? So I have clients who some very deliberate. So for me, maybe I have like say 3 or 4 handful of constant clients who I just work with, and that's fine. And every other thing I do. Well, the challenges in Nigerian fashion industry is Nigeria. That's the truth. The challenge in Nigeria as a whole because for everything that you do as a designer, you fund yourself, there's no particular structure, you know what I mean? You have to sort it out yourself. Ordinarily, there is no standard fashion school where anybody who wants to, take a course in fashion styling can go to in Nigeria. I don't think there is. Yeah, so there is none. So if you have opportunity to probably go abroad to build your repertoire. So the challenge it's a lot of challenge because even with managing fashion brands in Nigeria, you see that concession stores are opening today and shutting down tomorrow because they have issues with financing, rent. A designer who is struggling to build a collection by themselves. You have spent money buying fabrics, doing a collection, and you just want to sell and make some money, and then you go to a concession store and they're charging you all the money they're probably going to make in a year, and they want to pay you to pay it upfront in a month and pay for and then they'll still charge you a percentage. So yeah, so that's a challenge. The country doesn't really make it hard, which is why when I work with designers, I always tell them that look, you have to take
online store seriously. And thank God we have Instagram tools and Facebook tools and sponsored ads, and they actually do work. So because if you wait that this industry will pick up, someday, and then somehow you have to. Truth is that you really have to be deliberate. You have to have some sort of a plan. And fashion worldwide is expensive. Yeah, fashion worldwide, and then to have a fashion brand or to be in the fashion industry or to have a fashion career, because even as a stylist, you probably spend more money building your portfolio, and it takes a while before you start reaping the seeds that you have sown. So fashion worldwide is very expensive. Then now come down to Nigeria where there's no structure, you know what I mean? And people are just looking out for themselves. And then there's just that Nigerian factor and mentality to everything. So you go through twice the struggle that probably your contemporaries. Do you understand? There are no big fashion stores that hire stylists here. Do you get my point? So then it's a struggle. It really is a struggle for any fashion brand or anybody going through fashion. It really is a struggle. You just have to be deliberate and you just have to be consistent. And you just need to, make up your mind that look, this is the career that I've chosen and I am going to either be successful or not. But not being successful is not an option. So whatever the obstacles may be, I'm just going to fight it. But what I always tell people is that you really need to be patient, because for like a couple of years in whatever field of fashion that you're going to be in, you probably will not be earning so much so soon. But if you focus on building your network, if you focus on building like a repertoire of following, if you focus on building like a portfolio that can speak for you, do you understand? After a while, you begin to bring that in for people. There's a lot of people coming up, both people that are professional and people that are unprofessional, both people that have expertise and those that don't have expertise. So it's hard to sort out the weed from the actual crop. Honestly, in Nigeria, I'm not. Look, whatever client comes that's a good client is a good client. You know what I mean? Like ourselves. So I'm not right now with all that I've experienced, I'm not going to say that, oh my god, this person I'm just looking forward to style and if I start person to change my life. Honestly. No, truth be told. Because, and I'm going to be very truthful, there's some in growing as a stylist, there's some people that are so excited to style, like, oh my god, this is a big opportunity. And then when you get the opportunity to style them, it's a downer, like yeah, like I kind of expected this to be like a big opportunity, and then there's some opportunities that come that you will underplay and they will really launch you. Yeah. Right now, my mindset is more or less creating platforms. You understand? Creating, and I try not to spill the beans or let the kind of bag of what my projects are. But like doing new stuff, you understand, or taking fashion styling. Because right now I'm invested more in creating fashion content for TV, because I feel like there's not enough fashion content and lifestyle content in Nigeria. And because, like I said, Nigeria, everybody's trying to make money off drama and reality TV shows. So I'm more, yeah, I'm trying to create more fashion content just so that people can be inspired that, oh, there are other opportunities that you can do, things that you can do as a stylist that can give you, yeah, you know what I mean. So, your question is who internationally? Oh man, internationally, I don't know, Beyonce maybe. Okay, because I'm just saying that because there's a structure over there and because there's a value to stylists. Even if you get a D-list celebrity internationally that you are able to style, you know how it is in Nigeria now. A man is not respected until he's celebrated outside. So even if I get a D-list celebrity that I'm styling internationally, it will add more value to my brand than a probably an A-list celebrity here. Do you get my point? Yeah. So for me right now, with all that I have experienced, I don't need an A-list celebrity to make me. Yes, I mean yeah.
In terms of social media, I'll have like a few articles or posts written about me and a few tags, which is good. You know what I mean? I mean, it's fine.
Point. We try to like create opportunities for you all to meet them, for you guys to meet yourself too, and learn from one another. So our mission statement: we strive to create a better future for the fashion industry, to create avenues for fashion networking and development, to improve the sex standards and increase the value and quality of the fashion industry, to create opportunities for the next generation of fashion entrepreneurs and enthusiasts. The brand objective: to create synchronization in the fashion industry, creating a link that connects all aspects of fashion together, from the top of the chain to the bottom. Now, what do? We are problem solvers. We try to solve fashion problems. We come in as partners for fashion events, fashion brands, fashion organizations. We create and promote fashion networking opportunities and events like this one and other ones. We also represent fashion brands where we can come in as intercessors between fashion initiatives and the consumers. We work on sponsorship and partnership for fashion brands and initiatives. We work with other fashion agencies to provide fashion personnel when needed. And lastly, we organize seasonal fashion events at schools on business of fashion, styling, pattern drawing and drafting, and garment making. At Lhaude, we seek to create a fashion community where talent and creativity are developed, where business grows, and where hard work is compensated with adequate results. We also seek to build a fashion community where fashion becomes a major source of revenue and resource generation. Like she said, fashion is actually a very big market. Like the bigger the city, the bigger the fashion market. So we're trying to build a bigger fashion market in Nigeria. Loud is a community where the death of the founder of the brand is not the death of the brand. We aim to build a community where growth is encouraged and mentors are accessible. A community where the young, the developing, the developed, and the old can grow. We are loud, and I think everybody gets loud. Yeah, fashion, so we are loud. So thank you very much. We want to Denola now. Yeah, and remember, if you have any questions, fashion design, you just ask. Even if someone is not here, there's somebody that's going to answer your question. Thank you very much. Please let's cheer up everybody's morning.
Okay, guys, moving on to the next session. Loud. Can I hear you say loud? Loud. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so moving on to the next session. Hi, Denola. Hello, good afternoon. So, I'd like you to tell us what we know more about you, and basically just keep it to us. And any other thing you'd like to say. Yeah, I'll move on to the question.
Hi everyone. Hi, wow, that's loud. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing today? Hi. So I work better like when it's interactive. I'm actually very shy, so that's one thing you don't know about me. If I'm very like, you know. So I'm gonna say a lot of things today that you may not necessarily like, but it's the truth. Okay? So who's ready to listen to some truth today? No, like, be your chest, say it, yes? Yes! Alright, cool. First of all, before I start, how many of you thought I was a stylist? Hands up who thought I was a stylist. Okay, I'm doing research because, like, I always get that message, like, Jemma, how did I become a successful stylist? I'm like, I'm not a stylist, I don't know. But funny enough, until I met Rhoda, I had never worked with a stylist before. And even when we worked together, I pretty much styled myself the entire season, and then we collaborated on a few outfits. She got me some really cool designers I'd never worn before. She introduced me to a lot of Nigerian brands that I wasn't familiar with because they do not make my size. Yeah, I'm very small. My waist is like a 26. And I'm just like, sample size for men is like a waist 30. So as you can imagine, everything that I have is either bespoke or I have to get it abroad or online. So coming up with clothes has always kind of been a challenge living in Nigeria. But before I go into all of that stuff, I am a media presenter first. I have a television show on Ebony Live TV, it's EL Now. It's an entertainment news show that airs every Friday, and we talk about entertainment news across the continent. And I think that show airs in about 35 countries. And the other two shows that I have that are currently in syndication are Glam Squad, which is a fashion police style show that aired on Africa Magic Showcase. And I think it's still in syndication now. I shot it about, I would say 2 years ago. And then I did another show on TV. It's called Exploring. It was a docu-series with myself and Ozina, who we went around the Lagos. Exploring the parts of food, culture, medicine, and fashion in Lagos. It was meant to be a multi-season show. We were the one that came up with the concept, but we only got to do one season, and it did quite well, and it's still in syndication today on terrestrial television in Nigeria. So that's three shows I've done. Another thing I do is I'm also a writer. I've written for publications like The Guardian Nigeria. I've written for Bella Ninja. I've written for other, websites and blogs around the world, especially when I was in school in Texas at Baylor University. Yes, I went to Baylor University, Texas, for my undergrad, and I studied media business there. But I wasn't just, people say that, oh yeah, the right business, actually no. Media business essentially was, I was taking classes in the business school, doing classes like, core business competencies, quantitative business analysis, accounting, finance, which I almost failed. And I've never gotten that before, so high five to myself. But I got a D. I'm not good with numbers. I think, I can remember what Alvin Beyonce wore 2 years ago, but if you ask me to solve an equation for the brain, I'll be like, no, I can't help you with that. But also, I did, those business classes, and I also did I took classes in the communications building. So that means I did stuff like writing for media markets, electronic news reporting, and broadcasting production methods. I shot a short silent film in my senior year of college, which was in 20 something. Okay, no, sorry, it was in 2012, and that's when I graduated from Baylor. And after Baylor, I moved to New York, where I worked in fashion PR for well, I was in New York for 10 months. Yeah, I was working in so I worked in fashion PR in PR Consulting, one of the best fashion PR firms in the country. It was, I think, number two behind KTD worldwide. I was an intern, unpaid. I remember the way it's set up in fashion PR is you typically have an entire company and then you have account managers and you also have your clients. So the clients in this case would be fashion brands. So they have brands like Altovara, Dries Van Noten, and Versace, Nina Ricci, Narciso Rodriguez. I think there's Acne, Brood, and stuff like Magli, like whether there's pretty high-end names. So the accounts I worked on were Alzara, Brood, and Acne. And I remember when I first started, I started like 2 weeks before Fashion Week, and they worked to the bone. I was working from 7 a.m. till midnight unpaid. I would go to work, we're writing invitations, doing CD charts for the Alzara show. I mean, I was hand delivering invitations to Anna Winter, and Vogue. I was like walking around Manhattan, looking fabulous but being broke as hell. And just trying to, just make it. The thing about they need to realize about fashion is all the highlights that you see on people's social media, like, oh, stepping into Alcazar today, oh, Versace in the afternoon, it's all BS. A lot of things that you see on social media is, and I'm going to say it, I see my best bullshit. And you're all people who should go. We all do it. I mean, we'll never post the struggle. We'll never post that highlight reel. Nobody wants to see you looking busted and disgusted, like, looking oily as hell, like sweating it out. No, you want to see the glitz and the glamour. So if you're doing that, if everybody in this room is doing that, then isn't everybody else that are doing the same thing? So forget everything you think you know about what the fashion industry is like. because that is just airbrushed and filtered. It's not glamorous at all. You do a lot of work for very little pay, unless you make it big as a designer and you just get like, or a stylist or whatever field that you go into, unless you're killing it in that field and then you get the coin. But even with that, it's a lot of dedication and hard work. So I did, PR consulting. I mean, it was really cool. I got sent outfits like Rihanna one time. She sent me back an outfit. She didn't like it. It's not like her. It was great. I'm not a creep, I'm sorry. But and I sent some stuff to Nicki Minaj, to magazines like B-Man, Vogue. It was really cool. The reason why I did fashion PR is because I was so convinced when I was in university. I was like, okay, well, I mean, I dress up, so I should work fashion. I had no clue what I wanted to do. And I'm going to be honest with you, when I was in university, very entitled, I just expected my life to be easy. I was like, I'm just going to walk out of college and, get my diploma and just get a job and, it's going to be all great. And I was so convinced that somehow my parents had put a trust what I said for me. I thought my mother was joking, but she said, you're not a rich man's son. She was telling me that from when I was a kid because I've always been very like, I always kind of have my head in the clouds, and I like nice things. If you put me in any store, up till now, any store, it could be, I will just, whatever, I'll put at something, and 9 times out of 10, it's the most expensive thing. That's me. And it is also, it's a blessing and also a curse. It motivates me to work harder because I'm like, I do the kind of things I like, and I have to be able to afford it. But also it pains when you can't you're like, damn. But I did not know what I wanted to do up until when I was walking across the street. Actually, in this suit, I've had suit for 6 years. I was in my graduation suit. I had no clue what I wanted to do. When they gave me my diploma, or the tube, which I still haven't opened up to now, I was like, oh shit. Like I had, because they have your face on the screen. My mom was like, what happened to your sibling? Like, I had no idea what I'm doing. I had no plan. And it was a month after graduation, and I was like, hey, you want to go to New York? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And I did, and then I was in. And now my God, may do so many different people, huge production. And I'm really happy I did it. It's going to be a long episodes. First of its kind here, and we're actually doing space of the Nigerian because it's done as well. And they went all out. Like my character is meant to be a rich, spoiled kid that had moved back to Nigeria from England, named Benjamin Castle. And he's an asshole. Like he's actually like a horrible person. But it was really fun playing that because believe it or not, I'm actually not an asshole. Back me up here.
Super nice.
Super nice. But it was really fun because it's so interesting to kind of push yourself and step outside your head as well. Into another thing, which I've never done before. So that was my first audition, first role. So let's see how it comes out in July. If it's bad, shit, I don't know. But if it's good, then, hey, I did that. Yeah. Fashion show. When I was in New York, we spent weeks doing the CV charts for this House Flower show. Oh, you can't sit and I went on the side just Chastain. We have to put this politics everywhere. And I was like, okay, this is just things and let's see what happens. Here the show comes. All they said that they are raising seats, putting seat cards and everything. It's a huge venue. I'm like, oh my god, it's about to be amazing. It's about to be the whole night. Like, everybody sat down for the show. The show started in 15 minutes. The show ended. I was like, alright, so, what's next? They're like, thank you so much for your help. See you on Monday. I'm like, I don't understand. Like, the new after party, hey, you're not invited to that? I was like, oh, it's not bits and glamour, it's work. It's work. The model that you're seeing, work, that's very underpaid. Let's start there. Everyone in Nigeria is very underpaid. I'm severely underpaid. So the myth is the bits and glamour is always equals to dollars. And one other thing is, people think that it's not a myth, something that I think people you guys need to know. If you're going to be in the creative industry, be creative. Don't look at what people are doing and rip it off. It's like that's like a retweet on Twitter. Come on. Be creative. You have an amazing gift. Everybody has an amazing gift, and that's important. And everybody has different experiences and different views on life that affect the way they create. So in that same way, everybody has different aesthetics that they can bring out. Create. Somebody has done, Rhoda has done a fashion spread, she starts somebody a certain way. That's her creation. Do not copy her. You can be inspired by the way she's done things, but inspiration also doesn't mean copy times two. It means, okay, so done in a certain way, maybe a process that will make it easier for you to create, but have your own stamp. That's the only thing that sets you apart. You only get by or forward through your own unique creativity and nothing else. And hard work also. And also work hard and work smart. And when you first start out, you're going to do a lot of free work. And when I first started doing television or whatever, between 2013 and 2015 beginning, I wasn't earning any money. So yeah, you can do it to exposure, but also know when it's time to start asking for your value. And if you know your work is good, because sometimes, I surround myself with people that tell you the truth. All those your friends that be like, yeah, she's laid that and it's trash. It's trash, it's trash. No, your friends will support you and tell you that your work is good, but it can be trash. You have to be able to have a playful approach to your creativity. If you think, oh, I can do better than this, then do better. Always strive to be better than you were the day before. That's what I'm doing. I don't have a blueprint to what I want to do in the media. I've literally been winging it since I started. But I try and get better every single time. Look at your work objectively and think, is this on a global standard? If it is not, go back and fix it. Because now the world is so connected with social media and all these different things that make the global community smaller. Your work can end up on anyone's explore page. So make sure that what you're putting out there is quality. You're putting a trash work out there and it ends up on someone's page that's influential in New York and they see that thing from your page. Do you think they'll ever want to see anything from you again? No. Make sure that whatever you do is what you're about and what everybody else is about as well. Do the research, do the work. Look at the grades, what they've done, how they've done it. There's always going to be commonality across the board. Focus on that. But do the work. Don't think anyone to hand you anything. Oh, Jenna, come help me do this. I get that all the time, and I'm more than happy to help people, but if I see that you're not willing to take any initiative, I will help you. Because nobody helps me. Nobody did. People took the chance on me, and I'm very grateful for that, but by and large, Rhoda was out there and juggling a job and doing all this. She took the initiative, you have to work hard. Now, 5 years later, I was supposed to give what? A year after I moved back at it. I've been here for 5 years. And 5 years, I was looking back and I was like, damn, wow, I really just stayed here. But I'm so happy I did. Because now I hustle like a bus conductor. So I think bus conductor, I've been on two sets at the same time. So okay, I walk like a dog.
Okay. You were saying something about hustling, and she said something about leveraging on the internship. I would like to ask you, how, for someone just coming into the industry, what are the themes, what are the steps they are meant to take? What do you think is the path for them to just, get to that peak, get to that point? You understand?
Okay, so one thing that I know that has definitely helped me is when I meet people, I try and be as personable as possible. Any step that I'm on, I make sure I learn every single person's name. If you're pleasant to work with, doors will open for you. Nigerians have this thing, especially in Lagos, I can't stand it. When you meet someone or you see somebody that you know, and you now you're quiet, so you're like turn your nose off because you're anticipating them to be rude to you. So you now don't go out of the way to now go and meet them. It's like that. No, I'm serious because like a lot of the people that I met, all the people that met on my job that I met that put my hands up, I met them and I was like, hi, I'm Denola, nice to meet you. What do you do about take an interest in people? Because you never know what who can help you or who can link you to this kind of help you. Networking. That's what you need to do. Network. Yes, and actually that's what. Yeah. So as you're networking, also make sure that you're also looking at what you want to do as well. So if you want to do post fashion design, or if you want to be a photographer, if you want to be a fashion career person, if you want to be a digital influencer, what have you done? What can you do? What's your reference points? What are the things like what's the standard that you want to achieve to? Have something to talk about that you don't know. Like, because I've met so many different kinds of people, and I love meeting new people. I really do. It makes me actually happy. Because they come and be like, hi, Denola, I actually want to be a model, and stuff. Okay, cool. So, like, how do you become a model? First of all, you have to get short. A, B. I'm not a model. Like, I don't want that. You know what I mean? You can't just expect people to give you things. So when you're networking, get to know people, you know, don't open up to everybody, or, don't have a business out there, but if you feel a connection is open, to talk to them, tell them what you aspire to, and you never know. You will cross their minds, and you never know who they can make you up with. So networking is so key. That's one of the only valuable things I think I learned at business school. Networking, networking, networking. It's very important. And when it's time to ask for your value, ask for your value. If people tell you that it's too much, and you know that it's not enough, tell them that it's not too much, that they just can't afford you. Finish.
Classes to your students. They're getting value from me. Do you understand? So I'm not because they know that they're using your clothes to make money and they're not getting anything in return. So what value am I giving them back? Oh, I'll come and coach your students, give them freestyling, 1 hour freestyling on what how value. Okay, fine, I'm a fashion school, come and do that.
for me. Do you understand? Oh, you have a fashion brand. Okay, I can get you on a show. Do you understand? Or I can get you on blog. I can do like PR for you. I can get you like on blog. I'm trading something. It's not that I'll do it all the time, but because you know that I can rely on this person to get me this. Do you understand? Or if I want something from this person can give me something in exchange. So you can do like a digital editorial, you understand? You know, create stories and shoot stuff. It's all collaboration, you understand? Everything is all about collaboration. Collaborate with a photographer, collaborate with models who want to build portfolios, photographers who want to build portfolios, stylists who want to build portfolios, and designers who don't mind letting go. Yeah, there's something, yeah, there's another thing I shared with a stylist who emailed me to Abuja. I'm like, fine, while you're still trying to build contact with designers, you know there's second class, second hand markets where you can go and buy stuff. Just, I mean, I want to be like if you're a stylist, you have a good eye for picking clothes. So you pick out stuff, do you understand, like you dry clean, and do you understand, iron it nice, spray it, put together, you do like shoes. Like I still buy stuff for my styling closet. Like I don't buy stuff that fine because and it always comes in handy. And I can buy anywhere. I can sit in a boutique, I can sit on sale, I can sit in Yaba market, then I'm going for fabric shop, or I can just go make it.
Have to be tried. There's always good design out there, subscribe to it. We found one. Find one. And he does make up. He does make up, right?
Yes, you don't also make up.
Exactly. So
I'm here. Okay, then another question. In styling, you guys style people beautifully. The work speaks for itself. But sometimes the outfit, even looking at the picture, because I agree, I can see that they are not always so perfectly made. And you guys were disputing the whole life of social media, like being real and everything. What does it take to actually give a stylist dress? Because I won't mind giving somebody dress to style if I'm going to be assured that they will style it correctly. Because I see that some of these dresses are actually poorly made, but the styling is beautiful, and the picture quality is fine. So a lot of people won't notice that. But I feel like okay, I don't even know. I'm just going to start. Yes, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here.
Okay,
I know I've gotten to that point where I have to be. But I know I have clients who aren't social media savvy and I'm making my money off them. But I also want to make money off the whole social media thing. But I don't want to lose my I don't just want to do it to lose
Your niche or your aesthetic as a
I don't want
designer.
to lose the value of what I'm creating. I don't want to say because they are just going to style it. Let it just be nice on the picture. And I still want.
yeah, that's on you though.
Yeah, it's your choice.
Yes,
Not
but
every designer that gives their clothes out. It's not every that's what I'm saying. So every design so I work with clients who have like sample pieces that want their clothes to be out there. So they've already budgeted for that PR and visibility. And there are some that like, no, I already have a clientele that I'm sticking to, I'm just putting a collection out there. If you want to order, you buy, if you're interested, blah blah blah. Just I'm not giving that my clothes for free unless you're buying and your size for my outfit, you have to rent. Yeah, so the designer has made her choice. So the question is, what do you want to do? And when you decide what you want to do, you have to plan for the reality of what you're doing. Which means that if you want to go, you want to have some sort of visibility via social media. Yeah, via social media or something. So maybe you cannot, for even the end of the day, you have to like have those like certain collection because they want to look at the collections you have done so far before you apply for like fashion focus, and they will still, they are probably going to choose 5,000 like 50 people, and you definitely go and post it. But even before that happens, you understand there's a lot of consistency that comes to play as a designer. So you have to be fine. I'm focusing on people I said on the that fashion business is very expensive. It's very, very expensive. So if you decide that okay, fine, I want to invest in the PR of my business, and part of the PR I want to do my business is visibility. So I want a lot of people to wear my clothes, so people can be familiar with my brand. It might not necessarily trans, and I'm telling you the truth that it's not always translates to money because not proper steps to publish a collection. We have people that say people send me DMs and tell me, oh, please can you tell me how to be a successful designer? And I don't answer them. Because I'd rather you send me a message and say, hello, good day, Rhoda, can I kindly have your email address so I can send you an email about my brand? It's how you communicate to me. And I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. And I'll send you my email. I'm just saying that, look, the question is, how are you sending these people, how are you reaching out to these designers? So if you send them, and I'm sorry, I don't know, I'm going to tell you from my experience, things that are pet peeves to me. When somebody sends me a message and is, using abbreviations, Instagram page, and I send them DM, I'm like, oh, good day, whatever, my name is Rhoda, I'm a fashion consultant. I'll be grateful if I can have your contact number or your contact email. I'd like to reach you for, potential, whatever, I would like to reach you for. And I'm very corporate, professional, whatever. And that's the honest truth. Because fashion is a very, I know people who I think were doing so well at fashion design and they shut down. Why did you shut down a fashion business? It wasn't working out for me. I wasn't making any money. And the perception I was making was that people were doing so well. Exactly, based on what I was seeing, I'm like, I wasn't making any money, so I had to shut down. It wasn't working out for me, and some of them probably went back to 95 or far as that location. So don't take it personal. Some people that you reach out. That's again everything like what? I'm a fashion designer. Yeah, and you're a model as well, and you make bags. Yes, I also tailor clothes, but you want to know how to have your A game. In both fashion design, in modeling and everything. Okay. Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't know. I've seen people that have transitioned from fake models to designers, but I feel like honestly, and I might be wrong, do you understand? Because I can only give my own perspective on how I see things, and I think for now, you should just pick the one that you're absolutely good at and start with first. Do you get? So if you know you can be a good model, and then or if you know, there's some people that can do both of them at the same time, but I just don't know which one you're struggling with the most. Actually, I'm not struggling, but I'm trying to be better at everything. One will be better at everything. But let me tell you the truth, Sha. In you trying to be better at everything, one will suffer for the other. I want to ask, what are the tips? What are the things that I can really do? What are the things they have to put into consideration? The monetary aspect, Well, the thing about there's Instagram and Facebook too that you have, market your website, you just don't know who is looking, the presentation,
The job I was back from Rhoda, the guy said that's the next guy thing about doing no was an online store. It never took off, unfortunately. There's a lot that goes into it. There's back end, you have to secure things with banks and with you have to design your website. and also making like into the back end. I worked with that. I don't know the specifics of it, but I was open, like I was exposed to it because I was working there. So I know that it has to do that. Securing investors is very important.
Denola, Rhoda, please come forward and we'd like to take two pictures.